take advantage of that. Grab it. It's yours. Get it. You were here. You suffered. You earned it. You were not manipulated by the news to have an opinion. You stuck around. Get it while the getting's hot. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And today we're going to just take a look at the state of the market and where we are right now. I know a lot of my videos, we kind of project out further and, just kind of remind ourselves why we're here, what we're looking for, and the targets that we're going after, and what's realistic and what's not. And right now, I think we could all just use a dive into the market right now and kind of what is happening at this time, in the short time frame in regards to like over the next month or two, what do we expect the price to do? So I'm just going to really look more at today's current price structure and see, is the bottom in? Are we looking for a little bit lower? Do we expect it to take off soon? Let's find that out. Now, one thing really interesting to take into consideration is today is December 31st. So I want to wish you all a happy new year. Now, with December 31st comes the end of the tax year, right? There are people out there that are selling for a loss, and that is intentional. If you remember back in April through June, Bitcoin went on a very large bull run. So let's pull that up really fast. And we can see this area right here. Now, there are people who rode this all the way up, sold, and then maybe they bought back in right here. I remember when Anthony Pompliano posted on his Twitter, I just bought more Bitcoin right here at 9,500. Well, then the price tanked all the way down to 6,500 after he said he bought Bitcoin. So what do you do here, right? If you have all of this, if you made this trade where you bought here, you sold here, and then you bought back again here expecting it to go up, but it went down. Well, on your tax books, you've got this big, huge trade which made an incredible amount of profit, but you're sitting on a losing trade. So sometimes people will sell that losing trade down here in order to take the loss on the gains, and that's just for tax purposes. I'm not recommending doing that. I don't know all the tax laws in regards to that. I just buy and I hold, and I'm playing the much bigger swing, which we have not gotten to yet. So don't take this as tax advice. But there are people who are reducing the amount of gains they made by on paper selling so that their gains are smaller and their taxes are smaller. So it's really interesting that tomorrow is January 1st. We have a new year, which means a new tax year. So that's going to be interesting. So let's take a look at this date. Now, somebody had posted in one of my videos or on my Twitter that you have to be out of an asset for at least 30 days in order to log that as a capital gains loss. I don't know that to be true. I have no clue, but it is interesting that if we look at that bottom right there, that was on November 24th. That leaves at least 30 days for them to get back in for January 1st, right? So they can log that loss. Again, I don't know if any of that's true. I just know that, hey, if people were buying here expecting it to be the bottom and they took a loss, we could see that they're selling for tax purposes, and January 1st is tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the course of the rest of the day. I think there's only in the United States, there's only anywhere from 10 to 15 hours left in the day, depending on where you're located. And then for UTC time, I think there's only about 7 hours left of the day at the time of the starting of the recording of this video. By the time it's published, 3 or 4 hours from now, it'll be a different time. Okay, so we've got tax stuff going on today, right? So, but let's take a look at the actual pricing for let's say XRP. A thing that we've been watching a lot for XRP is whether or not we are coming down to this 15.5-cent region, and we still have not gotten any information since December 15th, December 18th. We've just been bouncing in this range. So we've done 13 more days of ranging, and this is when the sentiment starts to get really rough. And you can see that in the comments of my videos, and people, thumbs down before they watch the video, they comment something before they watch the video. The sentiment is beat up because we consolidated here for a month, broke down, and consolidated again for another 2 weeks. So sentiment is just really rough right now, and we don't know which direction this is going to go. The most likely direction is it's probably going to come down a little bit more again. So there's a lot of negativity, but it's okay, because we expect it. People who watch my videos to the very end, they expect these things and they don't get emotionally wrapped up in it all. Sure, it does hurt a little bit to see it go down a little bit, but it's not like you got caught in some shocking surprise, right? You saw it coming. You've had enough time to ponder what it would be like when that happens. And hopefully when it does happen, not investment advice, you're prepared to buy that dip. And I know that I am. So about a week ago, we had gone deep into the anatomy of this exact structure compared to here. And let's go over to coin traders so we can get a better look. But we went deep into the anatomy of this whole thing compared to this one right here. And everything was telling us that that's the bottom. If it's not the bottom, then it would do something like this down here, where it just comes right down to it and just barely goes below. Now, why would it go below right there? It's simple. It's because of liquidity. Market makers know where stop losses are set. And a stop loss is like an automatic sell that you put in. A lot of people do know what it is, but a lot of people don't. So there are people who will set in orders to say, hey, if the price breaks below here and it just goes right there, automatically sell it. And so the liquidity hunters will go down there to just barely try to break it, to try to collect all of those sell orders. So they buy all of them and then bring them back up. And that's why you see that. That is simply to go down and collect every single stop loss that was set right there. And then what did it do? It went gone. So based on the percentage drawdown that XRP has done with this 95% move, one would suspect that is the actual bottom. Whether or not it's going to come down and collect down here, it's up for anybody to decide. We did try to do some Fibonacci analysis on this and see, hey, this lines up pretty darn good with all of these points hitting on here, that we would actually come down to 15.5 cents. It's still unknown if that's going to happen. But either way, from a long-term standpoint, if we're expecting targets way up here, does it really matter that you're like nitpicking your total final all-in buy right there or right there or right there? For me, it doesn't. I'm just accumulating it, and that's just been my strategy, and I'm totally happy with it. And if you've watched any of my videos and just listened to my voice, do I sound like I'm like freaking out right now? I'm not. I would say the worst part is just the negativity of people who comment and all that stuff, because I've learned something in this space, and it's that when when we approach a bottom, the negativity of the community is rampant. And I'm not talking about most of the community. Most of you who listen to my videos, you don't comment, you don't do anything, and that's normal. I appreciate you, and that's totally normal. But probably 5 to 10% of the community or viewers consistently will comment or say something or something. So 90% of the people just sit silently and just go about their business. 5 to 10% are active, right? And when these 5% and the 5 to 10% of people give a very good clue into how people are feeling. Either they will be commenting very happy or they will be commenting very angry. And you can watch this sentiment shift change over time. You could see everybody super happy, and then you could see them all saying, "You're terrible, you're horrible." And right now we're in that, "You're terrible, you're horrible." And I don't take it personal, because I actually use that to help me understand how people are thinking right now. Right now, people are frustrated and upset, and they've been in this for such a long time that they're beaten down. Hopefully, to the 90% of people and the positive people, you guys are all doing okay in here like I am. I'm fine. I'm buying. And if we go down here, there will not be, I can tell you this with complete honesty, there will not be a piece of me sad about it. Not at all, because I'm ready to buy it. And I will. I will buy 15-cent XRP. I will sit there and I'll do the calculation. Like if you do $100, so with $100 just 2 months ago, that would buy me like 200 XRP, and now it'll buy me like 400 or whatever. I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting 400 for this price. It's crazy. You've seen my price targets. I think they're all real. I have no doubt in my mind that some of them are going to get hit. So I don't even care because it's going to happen. And I totally think at a worst case scenario that $1.50 per XRP will happen in 2020. No doubt in my mind. No doubt. So I'm buying here thinking, hey, worst case scenario, this thing's going to $1.50. I'm cool. Now remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice. You should consult your own licensed financial advisor for any type of investment advice before making a financial decision. Okay, got that out of the way. But really, I'm thinking that way, right? I'm like, okay, I totally, without doubt, 100% expect XRP to go to at least $1.50 in 2020 minimum. People forget we are only like 4 months away from the block halving. 4 months from Bitcoin's block halving. Like, we're really close. Do you know how much news cycles are going to happen to hype that up? Think about that. They don't want to hype it up right now. They want to keep the prices low because it's the end of the year and they're doing this tax stuff, right? But come January 1st, get ready. Get ready. In January, we are only 4 months away from the block halving. The sentiment and the outlook and the positivity and the hope is all going to change. But right now, the news cycles are designed to keep that price low. So take advantage of that. Grab it. It's yours. Get it. You were here. You suffered. You earned it. You were not manipulated by the news to have an opinion. You stuck around. Get it while the getting's hot. All right. Now that I finished that rant, once again, we could come down to here. We could come down to here. I can tell you if we get down here, right now, I haven't bought in a few days. The way I would be buying is once we get there. And anywhere in between here, I will be buying, all the way down. Once we get down to probably about 18.5 cents and below. If we get down there, I will start over again and start going all the way. And you know what would be cool is maybe it's going to happen today. Maybe we have that final hit right before the end of the year. Then come January 1st, boom, blast off. There's no way to know right now. We'll see. So we'll head back on over to Bitcoin, and there it is, the big old Bitcoin. Again, there's not much to say on this one, and I'm going to say this right here. Just it's kind of for those who have never seen my content before. The people who have seen my content, you've seen me do this several times, and we always talk about that 0.702 retrace, which takes us down to right here at about 63.50. I've done this 0.702 retrace thing on so many charts, and you can just see we have a crash, retrace to 0.702, and then crash again. If we're going in the opposite direction in a bullish move, we do a bullish blow up and then a retrace to 0.702, and then we continue on our way. So the reason why the 0.702 is so interesting here as well, it's just kind of actually crazy as we look back over here to 2018 when we finally had our capitulation crash, and it literally happened exactly at the 0.702. That is where the market fell apart. So we're kind of thinking the idea is that we are going to test this support level. No way to know, but yikes, if we get down in this area, that's where I'm just like, okay, here we go, this is it. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm really waiting on it to get down here. It might not, that might have been close enough. Either way, I'm expecting this level to completely hold. So that's kind of just today's update for you guys over on, oh, wait, I've got one more thing. So, and then lastly, let's go over and look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. We've talked about the 0.702, and let's do it again right here. If we could see, the Bitcoin dominance has also retraced up to the 0.702. And then let's zoom in on an even tighter time frame and see what's going on in here. We've gotten very close to a 0.702 retrace in here, but not quite, just right up underneath the 0.618. One thing to take into notice is that you look here, you go, higher high, higher low, 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 higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And so this looks like this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have an A, B, C. So I am under the belief that the Bitcoin dominance top is in. I think the altcoins are ready to have their turn. They've been beaten down and beat up pretty bad. So I really think that the Bitcoin dominance is likely to fall significantly lower. I'm really looking at a potential 15% dominance. Now, we're just going to have to wait and see how things start to play out. I know that right there will upset a lot of Bitcoin holders to say that, but anybody in XRP or whatever your favorite altcoins are, there's the best case for them to outperform Bitcoin right now. We'll see. I really doubt that Bitcoin will get above 72%. I think that this top is totally in. So let's head back over to XRP, just take a peek at it. We're just waiting, guys. Anywhere between 18.5 and 15.5. I'm a huge buyer. I'm kind of just waiting right now, and I think a lot of people are. So just kind of waiting for this, and then 2020 starts tomorrow, the big year, the Bitcoin block halving. So I wish you guys a very happy new year. This will be my last video of 2019. Here is my Twitter page. You can follow me at BC Backer. Please like this video. It means the world to me when I see those likes, because the negativity in the community, I get thumbs down before my video has been live for 2 minutes. It's just like an assault. They come in with the force of the thumbs down. So guys, any thumbs up are always appreciated. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. Down in the description of every video now, I've got links to all the different computer stuff that I use, my monitors, my keyboard, my mouse, and kind of computer I use. If you want to check out that stuff, it's right there. Amazon affiliate links in the description of the video. And thank you guys for watching. So, as always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one. Have a happy new year. See you in 2020.